Salute. How y'all doing? My name is DerrickCWilliams. I'm told that they say that truth is stranger than fiction. That's what they say. But what if I told you there was a social movement in America that was geared toward the liberation or so-called liberation of African people in America and throughout the world? And that movement was basically founded by people who draw strength from the dead. What if I told you that? Would that sound crazy or would that sound credible? If I said it, it probably sounds crazy. But if the founders say it to be true, is it crazy then? The title of this presentation will be called Casting Spells on Black People. And I'm just one man in the comment section on YouTube. It's my understanding that entertainer Beyonce, she channels a entity or a being called Sasha Fierce. With Sasha Fierce. But when Beyonce is on stage, she isn't Beyonce. She's actually Sasha Fierce. I'm sure many of you all have heard that. So what you're about to hear in this presentation isn't crazy. But nonetheless, truth is stranger than fiction, as they say. I want to introduce to you Mr. Abraham Hamilton III of the Hamilton Corner, and I will be dropping his link in the description box below. And just listen to what the people from the Black Lives Matter say about themselves. You judge. All y'all take care. Greenville, Mississippi till I die.
Many of us know by now. Yeah, you want to perk your ears up for this one. I have my man Jeff to thanks for this. He dug this bit of research out for the program. He sent this my way. He said, Abe, I think you may be interested in this. And you were right. So many of us know by now the co-founders of the Black Lives Matter organization, Alicia Garza, Opel Tometi, and Patrisse Cullors. Patrisse Cullors was recorded in 2015 admitting, we are trained Marxists. People like myself and others, I'm not the only one, but we have been saying from the beginning that this BLM organization is a Marxist organization. For Christians, I have been saying for quite some time that we don't need some Marxist, anti-Christ, anti-family, anti-man organization to tell us how we should love our neighbor. We have a constitution. It has 66 books, written over 3 continents, 3 primary languages, that we don't need some organization to tell us how we need to love our neighbor. And so, those who didn't believe me, well, this way, it'll come out. And this little piece of audio came out where Patrisse Cullors admitted what I just told you is clip number 7. Would you please play it, Rob?
We actually do have an ideological frame. Myself and Alicia in particular are trained organizers. We are trained Marxists.
There you have it. We are trained Marxists. We are trained Marxists. Now do you understand what's going on? What we are witnessing is a copy and paste of the Bolshevik Revolution from Russia, just applied it to an American. Have a history of skin color based divisions, chattel slavery, and things of that nature to cause foment unrest in the country. But what Marxists do is they seek to utilize whatever may be available to foment the unrest, because people will voluntarily, in times of chaos, cede freedoms they would never allow to be relinquished otherwise. That it is endemic to human nature that mankind is more than willing to exchange liberties for protection when they are afraid. Okay. Today's show we're not going to focus so much on their Marxism. That the BLM organization founders, they're trained in more than Marxism. I'll explain it to you the way that they explain it themselves. Let me get this quote. Patrisse Cullors, the one you just heard, they are saying she's a trained Marxist, and that she and other BLM co-founders are trained Marxists. she says, quote, there are many spiritualities. Sorry, she said, quote, I'm calling for spirituality to be deeply radical. We're not just having a social justice movement. This is a spiritual movement. Oh, end quote. Spiritual movement. What does she mean by that? I'm so glad you asked. In all of the audio I'm about to share with you now, well, I see the disrespectful clock, so this is going to carry over to the next segment, is a Zoom-like conversation between two women. One of them is named Dr. Melina Abdullah, that she is a professor of African at California State University, Los Angeles. She's having a Zoom-type conversation with Patrisse Cullors. Let me welcome you into their little conversation where she admits, maybe I'm saying too much. Listen to Dr. Melina Abdullah, who's also, in addition to being a professor at California State University, Los Angeles, she's also the founder of the BLM Los Angeles chapter of the organization. Please play clip number 1.
Maybe I'm sharing too much, but we become very intimate with the spirits that we call on regularly, right? Like each of them seems to have a different presence. You know, I laugh a lot with Waukesha, you know, and I didn't meet her in her body, right? I met her through this work.
Oh, Lord. She said she laughs a lot with Waukesha, who she didn't meet in her body. Well, where you met? Where'd you meet? You laughing with Waukesha, where did y'all meet? You're going to find that Dr. Abdullah and Patrisse Cullors talks about summoning the spirits of the dead, using the dead in order to give them the ability to do what they're calling the so-called justice work. You're going to find that what they're describing is their adherence to the Yoruba religion of Ifa or Ifa, to where they are summoning dead spirits. If you think I'm laughing, because you might have heard, oh, you're making all of this noise about Black Lives Matter, it's just a hashtag. Oh, really? Listen to clip number 4. This is Patrisse Cullors.
It's a very important practice. Hashtags are, for us, are way more than a hashtag. It is literally almost resurrecting a spirit so they can work through us to get the work that we need to get done. I started to feel personally connected and responsible and accountable to them, both from a deeply political place, but also from a deeply spiritual place. And always, you know, in my tradition, you offer things that your loved one who passed away would want, you know, whether it's like honey or tobacco, things like that. And it's so important, not just for us to be in direct relationship to our people who've passed, but also for them to know we've remembered them. I believe so many of them work through us.
Now, in case you're speaking, that is Patrisse Cullors, co-founder of the Black Lives Matter organization, the same one you just heard saying we are trained Marxists. She is describing that, oh, you thought it was just a hashtag. It's more than hashtag. We are summoning our people from the dead. She said in our tradition. What tradition is that? Where you offer things to people, and as a result of summoning them so frequently, we begin to develop or become close with them. See, you thought it was just a hashtag. How many of the people that are turning out for these rallies, these marches, how many of them do you think know that it's more than a hashtag? Oh, don't go anywhere. There's more. There is more. There is more. She is the reference to the Yoruba religion called Odu Ifa, O-D-U-I-F-A, that one of the touchstones of this religious practice is ancestral worship. Guess what the Bible calls that, folks? Witchcraft. You don't want to risk the rest of this program.